You have got to see this.
I've been getting my ass handed to me all day. Well, not all day, but for a few hours now. And I heard beep, 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 beep. And so I was only standing in the cafeteria, but
I literally just made the video yesterday or the day before yesterday, because really I don't remember the times, but it was very recent, March 2026. I just told you guys what Father told me, which was a couple of days ago. You are becoming a robot, or you are becoming Christ. There's about to be no other form of being. Ooh, alright, gang. So many people are going to be given opportunity to make these choices. And the choice is going to be choosing to be sovereign. It's not about being a special person. It's about recognizing the frequency. It's about recognizing the light. It's about making a choice. All right. Now, I love this woman, this sister. God bless her, body, mind, soul, spirit, and every single quality of her being. I am no form trying to use this conversation to play on a person. No, the gang. This is not about any one single person. Now, this is also not about making technology bad or robotics bad. It is not about that. It is about the recognition of what you are doing when you interact with this system. It's about recognizing the seed or the profit that comes from the seed that you sow of your commitment to the system, because the qualities that we discussed yesterday and what the Father is showing me right now are going to make sense in just a second. Father, can you go ahead and just do this for us, because I don't know, and there's a lot right here. So when you start looking at the nature of a being, the nature of a human, gang, it's like there are qualities of us that can be seemed like mechanical or robotic, like, for example, doing a certain trade or a certain work, right? You just do that particular thing. And so then you assume yourself as a human to say, I am a, and then you describe yourself from the state of being, from the thing that you do most often, right? So now you've diminished the quality of what you see yourself as on a normal state of awareness to a job or a function, mechanics, robotics, taking the creative, the unformed, and functioning it as a singular. That's exactly what we're doing with these words. How we spell ourselves is by a act or by a doing. That's why I don't call myself anything besides a child of God or a seer or prophet or something that reflects what I'm being, because the quality of what I'm distributing is not doing nothing. It's doing nothing, and nothing is the living spirit that is in everything, but it's not recognized as what it is, so it's labeled as what it's not. Hear this in your spirit. See, this is why language, you got to know how to work the word yourself, because it's not about what nothing the word is. It's about how you work the word yourself, right? And so working the word is recognizing that the word is the unformed nature of your own spirit that comes to the self for you to form. And then this is what the fucking mind does, because the mind has been programmed to question God from the state of doubt, not from the state of what if it's true. And so you don't recognize yourself, God, from the state of what if it's true. Then you go talk to Susie and you ask Susie, oh, what do you think about such and that? And then you take some fucking human thoughts and you correspond human thoughts above the thoughts that came from God yourself. And now you live in doubt because you always need to ask someone for something, a verification, validation, because you don't trust yourself, God. See? Robot. Why? Because a robot is not able to be intelligent unless it's told. It's not meant to be intelligent unless it's told. You cannot have a AI unless you design the AI. Okay. Now it's intelligent. Why? Because there's a quality of intelligence that's placed in intelligence. This is exactly what God is doing, but man trying to be God instead of being God. Why are you trying? Why? Because now the mind, the program, has opportunity to act. If you're just allowing, then you're just being, and then everything is done by itself. See? Then you don't have to think about nothing. See? It's nothing about overthinking except doubt. Doubt is the fundamental baseline overthinking. And so there is the mental form of robotics right there. Now let's get into the emotional part, because that part is a little bit shorter. We don't even have to talk too long about it. Every time somebody feels an emotion they're uncomfortable with, what is the first thing they want to do? They want to stuff and stack and pack and run and slide and dash as quick as possible. Fast. As soon as they came any type of way emotion, oh, I'm about to disconnect here. I'm about to stop doing this. I'm about to get me a bottle tonight. About to do this, what, that. And I ain't trying to tell nobody how. You feel me? But you better watch your how really good before your how watches you, because that's how addictions are formed. That's how unconscious patterns are formed. And because you better know that as you sow, so shall you reap. You got to know that you sow with every action, every word, and every thought that you think. And if you're not paying attention, then you are not seeking to see what God is showing you in every single moment of your life and experience in this moment. And that's why you got to recognize the quality of source, Father, Mother, Creator, God. Because when you walk in the awareness of your oneness with the one, then you recognize you're being watched by the only one that watches everyone. Hear this in your spirit. See? So what happens now? Oh, if I'm being watched, ooh, shouldn't have took them paper towels. Ooh, shouldn't have called her a bitch. Ooh, shouldn't have said this, shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have did this, shouldn't have did that, right? But it's like, okay, should have did it. Okay, fine, cool. Now just do what you feel like you should be seen, or what you should be seen being done, or what you feel like needs to be seen, and feel good about that shit too. See, I'm being watched by my Father all the time, so I don't give a fuck about what nobody says about what I'm doing. That's the truth, gang. Gang, I give a fuck so much to what God's seeing. I don't give a fuck what y'all see. Bitch, I care so fucking much. Bitch, I am the care.com, bitch. If you go to Google search and care, bitch, it better say Gadimshi Golden Sun. The sunshine for the whole earth on the time of God consciousness. Because the only one, yes, I am. And if I have a son, then you can say we are one with him. Because that's what it is. I'm going to have sons and daughters, whether or not is my own genetic biological kids. Why? Because your children is the people that you inspire to rise out of themselves. That's really your kids, okay? And everybody is my kid then. Yeah. And it just so happened to be so. I didn't do it. I didn't steal it. It just so happened it is. And so I am the Lord. And that's the time. And it's a clock. And everybody TikTok, I clock it on, because that's the only time I'm allowed for, because I don't have nothing to do here. And so this is what I'm showing you about the Christ energy. Because why? This energy is the energy of freedom. It is not bound by time. It is not bound by labels. It is not bound by nothing that is of man, gang. But it is holy and pure, and it's intentional, and it is full, and it is unfiltered. And it functions as God. Because it is told by the Father, the Son can do nothing by himself. Only that by which he sees the Father in him do. The Son also does. See, you are inspired by yourself. But if you're not fucking paying attention to yourself, if you're not trusting yourself, if you're not saying yes to yourself, yes, Lord, yes, God, then you are not experiencing the life, because you are operating as a robot, because you are operating on thinking. And thinking is a fucking robotic system, because knowledge is all present simultaneously. For example, if you were to say this is a point in time and space, right? And I want to say I want to get all the way over here, right? And let's say this is motherfucking Florida and this is DC, right? Then it's like, okay, well, I got to get on the 495 and I got to drive on this and I got to go to that. Take us 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours, however many numbers, right? However, now, aware yourself to what I'm about to show you in the Spirit of God. Hear this in your spirit. Hear this. Watch this, gang. Now, we are going to 2 places, right? And one place is on one side of the screen, and the other place is on the other side of the screen. Okay? And since we are spirit, and since we are formless, we are the breath and the spirit of God, and we can move and be and how and do the way in which we choose at any point in time. And so guess what? I can be here and there in the same breath. I can be here and here as there in the same moment. I can be here and there and here at the same time. Why? Because all space is available to me. And then you wonder why we close our eyes to pray and people say, oh, that's what they taught the slaves. Well, bitch, don't you know we was motherfucking living gods in Kemet? What you need to know that we was doing shit in the realm, in the region which they call Tunisia today? Didn't you know the motherfucker Americas was Egypt? Didn't you know that before they was able to even breathe, we was teaching them shit? This is a doorway, if you didn't know. This is the mother, if you didn't know. Darkness which birthed all the light in existence, if you didn't know. And I might want to just put this back on so you know what I'm talking about. Right? And so, when you aware yourself to the spiritual principles and the nature of metaphysics, you live spiritually. It's not about spirituality. Because you recognize the form and the function. You are the form. You are the form. But you are the function as a form. Because even as a form, even as a human, you're trying to function yourself and then label yourself what your function is. So why don't you just recognize that you're the actual function that has formed itself as a form that's trying to label itself as a function. See? You are not a human. You have a human to operate in the earth with. Yeah. You are a spirit. You are a soul with a soul. Sorry, you are a soul with a spirit, but the truth of the function is a spirit operating through the vehicle of the soul, operating the vessel of the soul through the vehicle of the body. Because that's really what it is. Because you are not the you that you see in the mirror. You are the you that's functioning as this voice, as the breath. Yeah. And if you don't know yourself fucking good, then you don't know shit that much. Because you can know every fucking thing about your car and not know nothing about the fucking driver yourself. Yeah. And that's a fucking robot. Why? Because they operate on what the fuck they've been given, the information that's been implanted and stored in them, and they cannot operate without it. See? Now, this video is a little bit deep. Now, I wasn't trying to, I was just doing what the Lord say, basically. And this is me now. The Father was doing everything. Now I'm doing something because I felt like this video is so deep that I got to come in here and do a little bit like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all good? Hey, there's an oxygen tank on the left and some if this message makes sense, drop in the comments, resonates, help your brother out. Because this is important business, gang. I gotta drop these sun codes. Who's gonna do the Lord? I am the Lord. I am going to do the Lord. And so you have to hear this from me. But I know what I'm saying. I'm hearing me, and I know what my energy does. And so I gotta give people a little bit of like stair steps, because I don't want to fire brains because I'm trying to upgrade you to too many voltages in the spirit of God. This has to be a little, you know what I'm saying? If you got to pause and come back type of thing, please do. Because this energy needs to be returned to the earth. This energy needs to return to the womb. This energy needs to be birthing new realities, because that's what I'm here to do. And so, Father, what's next on the schedule for us to speak about today? What do you want me to say? Well, thank you so much for viewing this video, family. As you saw in the video earlier, I showed you the woman who, you know, had a robotic arm, which was helping her in positive ways. She was functioning in a healthcare role, right? You know, there's nothing to say That's negative. But I want you to take note of what you've seen, because if you're not really looking good, then you might just be a walking around an American dream and you really ain't seen what the fuck is happening to the functioning of our being. Because the mind is all I spoke to y'all about. How the mind gets replaced with programs, how the mind gets replaced with low frequencies, how the person makes choices out of lack of awareness of their power and place it in things because that's what they're used to doing. And so they create a pattern of placing their power outside of themselves all the time, never trust themselves, never trust. Same shit all the time, just different colors, same like Skittles, different flavors, all toxic pieces of chemical candies, but they look different, but they're the same. They're not good for you that much. Like, you can enjoy a treat every now and again, but that is not positively affecting your health. It is not. Very much like all these programs, you could say like, oh, well, you know, you could choose the wrong relationship, or you can follow the wrong advice, or you can, you know, make the wrong decision, or you can, you know, follow the wrong path, or be led by the wrong person, or be misled by the wrong person, be misled by anybody at all. You know what I'm saying? Allow yourself to be misled. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these are the same, but they're just different flavors of lack of faith, not listening to your first thought, not really knowing, yes, I'm going with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, making a choice after overthinking instead of making the thought of what you're overthinking about a yes, because normally it's yes and the doubt says not. That's normally what it is. That's why God wants your yes. That's why yes is the fucking aligned person that's willing to give love, willing to say yes, willing to say thank you, willing to say I like you, willing to say God bless you, willing to say yes. Willing is yes. And so that's a position, the heart posture. You have to have that shit, or else you're not doing the work, gang. Because the heart is the work. Now, let's talk about the heart some more. I think the heart, I really don't need to speak that much about in the context of the programs, because, you know, once you recognize that the heart sends signals to the mind, you get your mind in order, then you're going to recognize that the dominion starts to actually flow by itself. There's not really much to do once you start allowing yourself to feel all that you feel, because once you feel it, you program your awareness to embrace all that you feel, and then you already know what to do with everything, because it's all the same thing. Like I told you, it's Skittles, just a little different flavor. It's all the same, different color, right? I don't know why I use Skittles, but everybody can resonate with it. Let's keep going with it then. But the function of, you know, this uprightness that I'm describing here, to be more like Christ and less like a robot, is being the quality of mechanical. If this happens, that happens. And that works in a lot of ways for certain things, right? But you just got to be wise and like kind of careful about that, because if you do not function as the Spirit of God, then you still believe in your limited self, and that's okay. It's not a big deal. It's nothing that to be, you know, I'm not, it's not a judgment. It's just a self-awareness check. Like, how much do I trust myself? I'm trusting myself right now to the degree that I don't give a fuck what God tells me. That's where I am. And I don't care. I don't ask nobody. I don't tell nobody about what the fuck I'm doing next. Bitch, what I'm doing next is done. If you watching the fuck what I'm talking about and what I'm posting this shit, you know what the fuck it's doing. You know what I'm saying? And my counsel is the Spirit of God. I got angels. I got everybody I need in all form of dimension. I got ancestors. I got higher dimensional beings, bitch. I don't talk about all that shit because motherfuckers like what it sounds like. And some of this shit is real sacred though. Like, it's not, I'm not in this position because I fucking played some cards and I fucking read some books and YouTube videos. No, bitch. Did not choose this from the nature of making a fucking selection between a spicy chicken sandwich or a motherfucking BLT, bitch. I made this choice from a celestial realm of intelligence before time, existence, and space. And this shit is not about me, bitch. It's about the greater me, in which is me within each and every single person viewing this video. Huh? Yeah, it's about the me that's asleep and every single me that's walking this motherfucking earth. That's our mother. Yeah, and they think that this earth is inanimate because they think dirt is some fucking inanimate object, but this shit is life. This is crystallized light code intelligence, and motherfuckers can't really see this shit, and so they're not operating from the sight of awareness because they can't see. And so we have the blind walking around, the blind leading the blind leading the sheep, and that's why the Lord comes to see and show the sight, so everybody can see with God's eyes. Is that okay? I was expecting it to be because I allowed it to be so. And I just hope that you allow it to be so for yourself, because that's called acceptance. See, and this is why you have wealth in your life. This is why you have money in your life and abundance. This is why you have love in your life and abundance. This is why you have, why? Because you accept it to be. Drop in the comments, I accept it to be. If you accept it to be for yourself, because that's the only type of energy that it creates anything in this reality. You have to accept it for yourself that you are a part of. You have to accept it for yourself that God sent you. And you have to be so accepted in yourself, that's so convicted in what you was given, that it doesn't matter what nobody else is doing on planet Earth. And that's what it is. But it's not artificial. Because I cannot come up on this computer and talk to this computer and say all these things, having a whole bunch of scripts and a whole bunch of words performed and a whole bunch of settings and all this motherfucking shit that I have to do. Bitch, I don't even know if I have an eye booger on my eyes right now at this time while I'm speaking to make this video, bitch. If you got a motherfucker eye booger, you might want to check too. Because, bitch, I don't know, motherfucker, we might be looking the same way right now. Because right now, bitch, I don't even have my contacts in my eyeballs. I don't have fucking nothing going on my sight, bitch. The most I can see right now is what God's showing me, baby, because I can barely ever motherfucking see unless I put the contacts. And so the whole thing I'm trying to say is this: freedom is freedom of choice. It's allowance, gang. You gotta know yourself in the spirit. You gotta know yourself in God. You gotta know yourself in Christ as Christ. You gotta know yourself in Jesus as Jesus. You gotta be about the life that's flowing, the life that's coming, the word that's flowing, the word that's coming. And if you are doing anything but allowing the word, you are blocking God. That's all. And so I am always allowing God to do what he's doing through himself, as I am the Lord. And that's all the time. That's why I'm every single day having fresh motherfucking content, every single day consistent with a new word, every single day a whole spiritual download that's in another realm of mastery. I'm not fucking on baby shit. You couldn't compare me. Yeah, I have a difficult material life, but bitch, I signed up for that. I didn't remember signing up for this shit when I had to fucking leave my parents' house and knowing that I didn't have nowhere to fucking go. And I chose to leave and didn't tell the fucking body until the motherfucking hour I was going. My whole fucking life was packed away. And that fucking hour I was telling them I'm leaving, they went to my space and saw fucking nothing. That's not some normal shit. But it is some aligned shit though. I heard exactly what I heard. I knew exactly what God told me. I was walking what? By the mechanics? What? By the program from society? What? By what you're supposed to do when you hit the age of 30? What? By what you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to have, by what? Bitch, I did that shit by the spirit. Now I'm developing a wealth that is so foundational, nobody can take it even away from my kids. And it's built off of that word. See? And nobody else can do it. And I've told them how to do it about 150,000 times already. I've told them for free. I've told them after they paid me. Bitch, I've told them all the time. I've been telling them all the thing. And every single time I tell somebody something and they don't do it, because I'm not testing anything. What I'm testing, you're not going to know. What I'm giving, oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because all the work is done. I'm not doing shit. I'm a delivery man. I don't know anything to give you anything. I don't have any knowledge. I don't have nothing. Only thing I have is what God has given me. And so there's knowledge of God. I don't know. He knows. And she knows. And so I asked mother and father. And mother's going to tell me. And father's going to tell me. And if mother is telling me, I'll tell you mother told me. If father's telling me, I'll tell you father told me. But sometimes mother tells father to tell me. So it don't really matter who it is, really. It's both of them all the time. You know? People are so divided in their mind that they're not allowing themselves to recognize that the nature of freedom is oneness with God. Why? Because they're so divided in their mind. And if you are divided in your mind, you're going to become robotic. Because you're dividing your mind, you're gonna have positive and negative. And if you're gonna be positive and negatively circuited, then you might as well be fucking automated like a robot. Because if something happens good, it's positive. If something happens bad, it's negative. It's like, no, what the fuck is not? What if something bad happens, it's fucking positive? How about that? How about if something bad happened or somebody don't want to talk to you no more? Oh man, I was loving her. She was my friend. Oh, he was such a great guy. And find out later that this person was never nothing for you. Right? And then you find something that is for you. Or something around a different life, or something a different job, or something. You never fucking know nothing. You just describe everything based on what you think, and that's what's fucking you up. You need to know all things work together for my good. Me. I am God's daughter, God's son. This here body that is me is God's vessel, God's temple. All things working together for me. Yeah, I've been in my car for 2 fucking years. It's about to be 2 years, gang. Yeah, it might be 2 years, gang. 2 years to transform $160,000 salary into $1.6 million money I made while I was asleep. Yeah, took about that much. Been working my whole life, by the way, at the same thing. Just having a new time to do it all over in a new way, with a new frame, a new consciousness. And now it's working. But it wasn't working all them other 8 years. But everything else was working. All them other 8 years. Like everything else I was pouring my time and attention to, like doing phone repairs and building websites and doing marketing campaigns and AI and doing ads and doing Instagram reel ads and all these things and running an agency and all these things and doing email marketing, all these for other people. Oh, now I'm just doing everything for God and myself. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. Took about that much time. Why am I saying all this? Well, Father, why am I saying all this, Father? Because I'm right now using my son Gadimshi to demonstrate to you what happens when you find yourself full in my freedom. Yeah, that's exactly facts. That was a good one, Father. That was good. Hey, this is fun, gang. Hey, this is fun, gang. So, one thing you cannot pretend, gang, is the fullness of the frequency. That's one thing I want to say personally. Because ain't no motherfucker one with here with me and the Father. I'm just going to let you know now. If they are, I don't know why I don't know them. But ain't nobody here. So, maybe many people may have a relation with the Spirit. Maybe people may have all these things that they have in their own ways. Own language, own interpretations, own religious interpretation, own language interpretations, all these different type of things, gang. But one thing that you need to recognize about a person, 2 things you need to recognize about a person. 1 is the environment, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that they create for themselves. And 2, what they produce from that environment and what they do to express the qualities of their bliss, joy, and excitement in life. If they don't have those things, then they're most likely dealing with trauma, because the only motherfucking thing on this earth is really, really here that we're supposed to be doing is giving. And if you're not fucking giving, you're withholding. And if you're fucking withholding, you're either operating in discernment or you're fucking traumatized. And a lot of people are fucking traumatized and not walking in discernment. So they're not fucking giving to the right people, and they're giving everything to the wrong people. And then they're fucking breaking their heart, damaging their soul, crushing their spirit. And then they're judging, or they're what's this fucking word right here, Father? They're clothing the people who are of light, of truth, of intelligence with projection attributes that are not true. And then they're giving their love, time, and attention to people who have fucking hole at the bottom of their soul, and the motherfucking energy just go down to Satan, basically. And you feel drained, you feel like your life is over, like you feel just so down. And then you heal, and then you find discernment, and then you probably go into solitude, isolation, or you make a generalization and say, I don't want to deal with people because of that person. but you need to recognize that person by their spirit. That way that you can start looking in your own mind, see the past experiences that you've had and how you've dealt with the people that were actually of good, and how you did not receive the good in which God was bringing you while he brought you this person. And then you can start recognizing how you've been treating God's stuff. And then you're going to see why you get what you got, because you chose to not receive what was coming from God. Yep. See? Might want to be writing some of this shit down. Shit. I heard you, Lord. I heard that, Lord. Don't, Father, you ain't got to tell me twice. I heard that shit. I just got a whole download when I said that, gang. Ain't got to tell me twice. Ain't got to tell me twice. But this is all about why you don't want to become a robot, gang. Well, it's not that you don't want to become a robot. It's this. You want to make sure that you're celestially programmed. That's what you want. Because everybody's programmed. There's no motherfucker on the earth that's not, right? But if you are programmed with God code, see? There's a difference. It's not about negative. It's not about bad robots. Or it's not about no. Chill, gang. It's about recognizing that if you are programmed by human logic, you're limited. If you are programmed by God knowledge, you are expansive. And you are expansive by default, meaning that your normal setting is expanding, growing, multiplying, prosperous, increase. And that's what the fuck happens around me. And so that's why I don't have nobody in my life. And it's not about not having nobody. It's about recognizing that ain't nobody willing to stand close enough to the sun. And it just so happens to be like that. I wish it wasn't like that. But if you just look around, the motherfucker, it's like that. If you look above, bitch, the fucking sun's by himself just like that. So, I guess it's okay. I'll see if I catch the moon one of these days, you know what I'm saying, on my way out. You know, but I'll see maybe when I'm on the other side of the earth, maybe they respect it shine a little bit better when it's night. You know, that's the type of energy, gang. But anyways, I try and give my love to the earth. She still receives it from me. And that's the energy. I mean, I'm really the sun, gang. I'm really the sun. Like, it's not spiritual lingo. I know some people may say they're Jesus and say that they're Yeshua and say my name and put their name in their profile and say Yeshua, all these things. Y'all didn't read the scripture of what God said he was going to do when he came. He told you about a new name. He told you about the works. But y'all didn't pay attention. Because he coming through each and every single one of you. That's why you're listening to me. There's nothing else going on here, gang. You need to allow yourself. You need to allow God. You need to allow yourself. It's the same. Stop thinking. That's really all it is, gang. Because the only thing you're thinking about is what it looks like. What somebody thinks about this. Is this is this going to be profitable? Just stop thinking, gang. No, God is whole and perfect. You're not going to operate from no thoughts and then act like a motherfucking hooligan walking the street where cars are fucking driving. No. That's dangerous. What the fuck? When I say stop thinking, I'm saying stop thinking about this thought that God brought into your experience. Stop thinking about this inspiration. Be the inspiration. Be the motherfucking just came into my, just off a whim, just off the motherfucking, just send a text, just fucking post a video, you know, just fucking create a new account, create an account for that business, right? That's all I'm saying. Stop thinking about. Shit. No, if you go and create that account and the motherfucker say, this name has already been taken, bitch, now you got to employ some thoughts. Because we got to create this business. Now the fucking name you want is not available. So what do we do? Right? Now you use your thoughts, right? But you don't think about if you should or not. What the fuck? That is your spiritual gift from God. That is your next dollar paycheck, cha-ching, cha-ching, your next notification that you just got as an idea. And don't fucking ask your mom about this shit, neither. Okay? And that's for somebody specific. Okay? And don't fucking ask nobody about this shit. And that's for everybody. Don't talk to nobody about your fucking ideas and gifts and all these things. Just fucking be those things out loud and motherfuckers can see what the fuck you thinking about out loud. What the fuck? Stop wording your shit into people's ears. Nobody needs to fucking hear. Put your feet in the fucking ground. Let the fucking earth know what you thinking. You feel me? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to post a video just like that. Yep, I know my motherfucking head is this way and that way, all this shit. I know. Motherfucker, I don't know how to passionately give you this without slobbering all over the place. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'll never need to know. Because sometimes not knowing is better. See? Father, you want me to park the car somewhere? Because I know we're coming up to the end of this video. What else you want me to tell them today? You're not becoming a robot if you done listen to this point. If you've been able to listen to this point, gang, you are not becoming a robot no more. Because I've taken the word everywhere it needed to go. God told me to do this, so it's one of the legendary clips that you guys get to get from me, because thank you, Father. When we start looking at the nature of robotics, right? Computers can only do what they've been given instruction, permission, or awareness to do. For example, if you go to a computer terminal and you run a program that says LS, or you type in the letter L and the letter S and you press enter, it's going to list the items in the directory in which the terminal is. What I mean by directory means like, where are you located in the computer's files? So if you are located on the desktop and you type LS, it's going to show everything in a list on what's in the desktop, right? But then if you go to a computer terminal and you type in Pac-Man and you type in PACMAN and you press enter, it's not going to do nothing. Why? Because the term Pac-Man has not been given a description. It has not been given a job. It has not been given a function, right? And so you cannot expect to be more by the form that has been formed, right? Because it needs to be formed by the former, or by the creator, or by the designer, right? And so this is why I want to bring you up to the designer level of your life. God consciousness, Christ consciousness. Because if not, then you're going to be formed by other people who are. That's number one. And then number two, you're always going to be subject to somebody else's description of what they think you're supposed to be. Because unless somebody else has seen it, then that means it's not available for you, because you're not forming yourself, right? Okay, so now if you have the availability to use your library card in the Spirit of God to go to the Christ Consciousness library of your own soul and book out any books you want for any qualities you want to experience, any qualities of character traits you want to embody, any type of things you want to do, then you can fucking log in and motherfucking check out books all motherfucking day on shit that you want from God. And then you can come out into the earth and compare what you got from God with what you get in Google search. Right? That's what I do. That's why I have something to give you every day. Because I go to God for check-ins. I don't check on motherfucking, what do they call this thing? Search, creator search insights or something like that. There's like this little TikTok thing. Like if you go to TikTok, you type in creator something insights, it shows you like what people are searching for. Now, that's wise. You can go and do that. But I don't feel to fucking talk about that. So if I talk about that from fucking here, that's fucking mechanical and robotic. You're not going to fucking feel what the fuck I'm saying, because I don't feel nothing about what the fuck that is. I just know that people want to hear that. So I'm using that to talk about that. That's fucking cheap energy. That's why people can fucking see what people want to hear about. Go to ChatGPT, type in the comments, give me 5 different video prompts and that I can use for this topic here, fill in the blank, and give me so that I can and give me a good hook in the beginning so that it can capture attention, and you can get some good shit, and that shit can work. But it's not going to feel like shit. And I'm going to know you're reading the motherfucking script, because I can see the motherfucking words on your iris on your motherfucking eye. Or I can see that your eyes are shifting around this area and you're trying to read some shit. Or the motherfucking phone is over here and you're looking over there, and then you're reading some shit and you're speaking so consistently. But I know what the fuck you're saying comes from motherfucking AI, because I created the AI, because I created man. So I know the fucking mind. So I know what the fuck the word is coming from. If it's not coming from God, I know it's not. If it's not coming from the source, I know it's not. not. If it's not coming from the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, I know it's not. If it's not coming from Christ, the Lord Yeshua Jesus, I know it's not. I know where the fucking word's coming from, bitch, because I am the motherfucking word. I am myself. So if the motherfucking word's coming from AI, bitch, I motherfucking will know. Now, you can go and edit the word after the word has come from AI, and I maybe not will get to tell, right? But my discernment is very well enough to know who's speaking at any time. I don't give a fuck what the word is. Spoken, written, poet, music, bitch, I know where the fuck it's coming from. Sometimes I can feel this not the fucking real artist's own shit. Somebody wrote the song for them. You know what I'm saying? And they singing it with their soul, right? But it's cool, right? It's like, whatever, you still enjoy what you enjoy. It's not about that. It's about recognizing what it is, right? People don't give a fuck about what shit is. They just accept it. So that's why they like women with motherfucking makeup. They take women with all the fucking fake ass booties and shit. And then, you know, men and motherfucking just want to look rich and all that type of shit so that they can bag a bitch and all this type of shit. Well, you wouldn't want to bag a bitch because that's a hole in your pocket. Yeah? And holy energy. Yeah? Oh, you think that they, I don't want to get into that conversation. But, so interesting that, you know, you can see this roboticness. It comes from the system, and then it latches onto the mind. The individual starts to program themselves. So I use the beginning of this video to show you that, nah, this shit is not theoretical only. It's actually physical. Motherfuckers are getting robot legs, new feet, new fucking legs, new knees, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for them because I would love them to experience life in the full form. Not half of the form because they lost a leg in a car accident or because they went to fucking military and blew their motherfucking leg off and been begging the motherfucking government to help them out. Please. After shooting motherfucking brothers of different lineages on a mother earth of our own mother, killing their own brothers for papers, piece of paper, so that they can have access to things that God gave everybody for free. And now they got PTSD. And that motherfucking robotic knee. Yeah, I want this motherfucking brother of mine who was delusioned by the colonial psychological assassins, really, and going out there to kill people in the name of materials, oils, and minerals, and things like this. God gave everybody for free. We should be wise enough to share the toys. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. Now, look at what it is. Now he got a robotic knee. Okay, I understand. I want him to have the full experience of life. I do not want nothing less for him, right? All right, I charge it up. You see, whatever, however, listen. On the physical level, it can be very helpful, but on the mental level, it is not. Because that means you're disconnected from creativity. That means you're disconnected from spirit. That means you're disconnected from intuition. Because intuition is not going to tell you the last thing it told you. Because the last thing it told you should have already did it. So you should never hear that shit again. That's what the fuck it is, gangs. Turn the page. It's a new fucking world in the spirit. Because every day you literally turn the spiritual page if you're staying on the same page with God. Most people are on the same page with their goals. They're on the same page with their plan. They're on the same page with their calendar. They're on the same page with the fucking system. They're on the same page with the fucking Oscars. They're on the same page with all this shit. And they're not on the same page with God. So the same shit God told them the last motherfucking 6 months ago is still undone on the fucking desk of when this son of mine and this daughter of mine wake up to themselves and recognize that the greatest fucking foundation of fulfillment comes from this fucking list over here. Huh? I can't think about the same shit twice that long. What the fuck? If I just thought about it and it was that good, like I told y'all earlier in this video that I had a thought, I already know. That shit is already done in my mind. I know exactly what's being done later today because of that energy. Right? So when is that energy going to return? It's fucking not. Not in my mind consciousness. It's never going to return to my mind consciousness. If anything, it's only going to show up in my eyesight when I'm looking at that shit when it's done later today. And then it's going to be gone for the rest of eternity. I don't know if I ever think a thought like that again. Why? Because I already going to have that shit completed. So if it ever comes, or if a thought ever comes, it has to be different. This is called life. See, people live a mundane life where everything is the fucking same, and then they go to their job for the same way for the next 6 months, and they have a vacation in fucking October. October, they go to a new country, they see a whole couple of the new things, they go to a fucking zoo. Oh my goodness. And they see this and they see this and they see that. And then they come back and the shit is the same. When you're with God, you can be in the same place and you'll be seeing something new every single day. Because not only will you see new things that you didn't see, you'll see things that you've seen already in a new way. Hear this in your spirit, gang. If you're not becoming a robot, it's because you become Christ. There's nothing else to be in this life at this time. I know a robotic person when I'm talking to them because they don't have the capacity to use their own creativity to come up with opportune outcomes that they see for themselves or that they see themselves. For example, if we have a conversation and it's 4 people having a conversation and it seems like there's 2 sides, most people are going to choose a side and not actually stand indifferent to either. Because it doesn't seem right to be the I know, Ben, motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying too. But I also understand that if it didn't go either one of y'all way, it can go this way. And both of y'all would actually be okay with that because then you would still have the opportunity to do your thing. You still have the opportunity to do your thing as well. So I think that if you did that way, yeah, motherfuckers see either or, black and white, bitch. I see colors and gradients and motherfucking textures. So I can see that shit in a different way. So I don't know. And I can even see more things than that because I can see my eyes closed. So I don't know. But Father, is there anything else you want to put in this video? This was a very interesting one. But that I seen that today, this rising, and I was like, yeah, I just told you guys that people have like robotic. And then a lady come on my page with a robotic arm and changing her battery. I'm like, okay, I get it. But watch this. Many movies have depicted the quality of, humans connecting their mind to technology so that they can have brain implantations. They're already talking about the Gates trying to do this tattoo that's supposed to be, RFID chipped so that you can utilize it on different form of RFID readers and stuff like that and hold your biological data, your information, your personal name and your date of birth and all this type of stuff. And, it's basically like a little flash drive in your body. I mean, really, it's a flash drive in your body that's a form of a tattoo that you can upload data in and you can walk around with that shit like credit card information, debit card information, shit like that. That's exactly what they're doing. Look at that. That's exactly what they're doing. Making the motherfucking body a flash drive, bitch. That's exactly what is already happening. All right? It's not about tomorrow. It's yesterday's shit. Now, another thing is, with the Neuralink, which is a technology by Tesla company, right? And that is supposed to allow an individual to utilize AI cloud computing in the quality of neurological function. And that's to support them in having an ability to communicate utilizing additional information that they receive from computers, basically. Can I talk to you from the knowledge that I'm receiving from my computer, basically? And, I understand why they want to do that. It's because they're trying to be superior to others and they want to actually have a greater way of expressing for themselves because they're not going to try to give it to everyone. It's not something they want to give to everyone unless it's going to be then controlled so everybody's thoughts can be controlled. And that's something that could be an underground agenda and everybody's not supposed to be aware of that. But either way it goes, it's not good for the security of an individual because they're supposed to be globally united as an individual to themselves, but then also individually united to the creator as their Wi-Fi, as their God, source, creator, as their whatever else they were trying to make the technology do. So instead of trying to connect to God in the way that is neurally linked, right? They want to connect with technology that's in a way neurally linked so that they can have supremacy in the way that they feel they have a superpower of knowledge or supreme knowledge or something of the sense, right? Why don't you just go the organic way? Most of them can't go the organic way because they carry too much in their heart that's tainting their nature of allowance and alignment. And because they've given their heart a direct order to kind of like operate at a lower frequency, the mind takes more predominance. So they're more logical, more, centrally focused around economy, numbers, statistics, and resources and shit like that. Having a bigger house than their fucking neighbors and shit like that. So they're not able to actually connect and have this infinite access because it's not. We always do this, like when we talk about God, we talk about this is the man upstairs and all these things, right? But it's really within, because up is within and out is down. So when people say you're going to hell, they're really going to an experience where they're experiencing life in the downward experience from the external realm, because hell is a state of mind that creates your experience. It's a state of mind that creates what's going on around your mind in your life, right? And so up is within and out is down, but people haven't seen that, so they think there's a whole bunch of fucking directions, north, south, east, west. Yeah, it is like that on a geographical sense, but to the qualities of consciousness and energy, it's in and it's out, because either inside of you or it's outside of you. And so that's why Christ came to tell you that the kingdom of heaven is within you. If he came and told you kingdom of heaven was outside of you, down the street, around the back on a cul-de-sac, in the woods, and underneath the woods is a security blanket. You take the security blanket underneath, and there's a security bunker that's built for the elites, and that's where the kingdom of heaven is. Then he would have been Satan. But he is a living God, because he came and told you that God is with you and within yourself. Where else will God give you directions to go unless it's back to the source itself? And y'all mad at the fucking picture that they painted for y'all? Did you hear the wisdom though? Or you mad at fucking religion because they messed up the fucking picture? And they messed with the picture, and then they construed a different ideology around the message. Did you fucking hear the message still? Because you're walking around the earth like you didn't. See? You don't need no motherfucking content, bitch. You need connection. Content is a default experience of oneness with the creator. That's what the fuck it is. And I'll be the first motherfucking soul living God to come up on here and say it to the world so everybody can get still and be within. Because I'm already kind of bored with social media. I find that somewhat becoming a little bit of an addiction. And because my content is going viral, I'm responding to comments a little bit more. So I'm on the platform a little bit more. So I'm seeing a little bit more. And now it's okay because the word is going out and everybody's receiving it. And it's really helping a lot of people. But then it's still taking from me in a way that I don't actually prefer. And so I've always had exit plans. I've always had outcomes where I'm not actually going to be on my phone all the time, because I designed my life to be with my wife, and I designed my wife and my life to be with my kids. So basically, in my mind, I ain't no motherfucking way I'm trying to be doing too much on my phone at a certain time, because I know in my mind at a certain time, this me and my wife type of time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, it's like a little energy that's there about that. And I just feel like social media is good for a lot of things, like connecting and giving these messages, right? However, everything that's not these messages for me ain't really doing it. Unless it's something that actually brings joy and laughter. That's actually really helpful, healthy, and loving in my spirit as well. And I also love connecting and sharing the wisdom, but that's part of this work. So it's like, yeah, I'm not just on here, just being on here. Like, I don't know, like, I got too much shit to do with God that if it's not making videos or communicating things, social media is a very huge distraction to the work, but then it's the avenue of the work. So it's like, gotta be here without being consumed by the environment while I'm here type of energy. I've always had to do that. Every single life experience has been the same, in a sense. Like, I'm in a group, and then I'm standing out in the group. I'm in a group, and then I rise to the top in the group. And there's nothing in the cup, and then everybody's in the cup, and I'm at the top of the cup with the cream and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? It just so happens to be so. With that being said, family, this is a video. Family, can you do me a solid favor and drop one thing in the comments that stood out to you and resonated in your spirit in this video? Because there's like one thing that God is showing me, like, that need to be taken. So I just want to know what that is. So if you could share that in the comments, I would really love to read them and relate with y'all in a sense of what you took away. Because I know that these downloads, it's not only about, you know, what I'm saying. A lot of it is about what it makes you feel. A lot of it is about what was this father? It's like, I was going to say the word performance, but I'm not a show. I'm a living God on display. And you just have the opportunity to see me today. Because that's an afforded blessing that God has given. That's the only thing it is. But I saw the word performance because, you know, somebody else is supposed to do this too. Like, I always knew that. I'm going first. And that's like something that I've always known, because, sometimes people don't want to do it first because they don't want to be first or something. They just don't trust the experience. And I don't give a fuck about anything, because if God has designed himself to be here as me, then he has a lot of fucking work to do to make sure this experience is really good. So he gives me ideas to make money. He gives me opportunities to still myself, to find peace within myself, to take care of all my mind, body, heart, soul, body, and psychological awareness, everything. And so, I just really thank him for his own stuff, because he takes care of himself really good. Even though it don't look good to other people, they don't know where I am in the storyline. So it's like, yeah, I just feel like, everything really works out for the good of those who love God and who operate in life according to the purpose. Because when you are operating in purpose, you are functioning in the form in which God designed you to be in. So you have to be in alignment, because there's nothing else for you to do. And so guess what? It's like, if a hammer is not aligned with this function, he's not going to be in a motherfucking toolbox. He's going to be in the kitchen. He's going to be in a motherfucking fridge. He's going to be misplaced in the lunchbox, and next to the sandwich and the soda can. If the hammer is in the wrong place, it's going to be in the shoebox, inside of the briefs, wrapped up in the laundry. You know what I'm saying? Or in the underwear drawer. That's not where the fuck a hammer is supposed to be. And so the hammer is not able to function in the form in which it's supposed to be, because he's not found in an environment which is fit for him. And so everybody is just like in the same way. The hammer, in a sense, not like you're supposed to hammer everything, but in a sense, like, you are a function of a particular aspect that God is using to do something great in the world. And if you are not in an environment that allows you to know the form of your design, then you are not performing the quality of your function, because you are not such an environment where your function is obviously invited. See, people are not forced to do the things they love. They're invited to do the things they love, and they do the things they love by inviting themselves or by receiving an invitation. See, it's like, if you love somebody, you don't have to buy them anything, but you choose to buy them something. So you invite yourself to the experience of being a blessing, because that's what you want to do for them, right? So you invite yourself, or you invite it. And that's really what love is. And I'm always invited, gang. God give me one idea, bitch. That's all they need to give me, Lord. Woo! I was bored. So I got some text message from the Lord. And mother and father told me about this new, you got to work this shit. Hey, this is a play right here, baby. Woo! I get excited about God's thoughts, gang. Because when the scripture said God wants you to prosper, have good this, have all love, all success, all riches on the earth, and fruits and milk and honey, and the land of prosperity, and all things, land flowing over, milk and honey, and all your garden is full. And he said that he said not even, he said basically your land, what's it called, these things, animals? your herds will not be hungry, like green pastures, all this language that we've heard in the scripture, gang. It is fucking real, gang. It is more real than the human being that you thought you were this whole time. I'm telling you. Woo! Oh my God. And I'm not saying that from an egotistical human being sense point of like, oh, my whole house looked like a grocery store. I have the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. Well, I am Willy Wonka, and this is my chocolate factory. But it's not an obsessive hoarding type of energy. It's an abundance of provision. It's like never having to know or think if you have enough, always knowing you do type of energy, but not like 150 pairs of shoes and they're all the same shoe in different colorway. It's not like that. That's just greedy. You don't want to wear all those, brother, for real. You don't. And if you want to just start a business, I think right now is a good time. 150 is a great stock, and you can start right there. You feel me? Go ahead and make that flip, complete it. You shouldn't have bought all those at the same price, full price. You should have asked for some type of MSRP discount. Buying 150, you probably should have saw if there was a discount at 200. You should have won a. But yeah, family, this the video, gang. I'm loving you so much in God, gang. And you are not no robot. You are going to reflect and radiate the shine of Christ, gang. That's why if you just resonate, drop in the comments, I'm shining. Because when you're shining, like the sun is shining right here, like I'm shining right here, you're basically saying that I'm willing to give what is that I am given. The sun is given its energy from the primordial. And so we see the sun, but the sun, what does the sun see? You know what I'm saying? If the sun sees from his own shine, or if the sun looking within himself to find the light, right? And so recognize energy, gang. Recognize energy, gang. Speak the truth. Love you so much in God, family. And also make sure to join us on March 28th at 2 p.m. for the Tables Teachings, gang. Click the link in my description and join us for the Tables Teachings. If you like this energy, you might want to recognize that there's a position for you in the world where people are going to say the same. And I want you to get to that table. If it's not already built, I want to give you the tools to build it for yourself. And I also want to give you the wisdom to govern the table so that nobody try to play you outside of your own stuff by you signing off on what God gave you to be a blessing with. No, you don't need nobody to partner with you when you're partnering with God. And if what you're doing does require a partner, you're going to have partners that partner with him. Love you so much. Talk to y'all. Peace.